Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup features the Seattle Pilots versus the California Angels at Anaheim Stadium. On the mound for the Pilots today is Bob Meyer, whose record is 4-9 with a 4.23 ERA. And pitching for the Angels today is Andy Messersmith, whose record is 11-7 with a 2.54 ERA. All right, well, we won a real barn burner yesterday, 11-9. We broke our 6-game losing streak. And not a moment too soon. I mean, we are still one game below 500 for the month, and we're still 8.5 games back out of first. So a lot of work to do, and I feel like if we can win today's game versus Andy Messersmith, who's one of the best pitchers in the American League, then, you know, maybe we can carry that momentum into the rest of the series. But it's going to be a tough one today. We probably have our most unreliable pitcher on the mound, Bob Meyer, and we're going against their best pitcher. So it's going to be a tough one. So before we get started with today's game, I just want to take a moment here to acknowledge Freddie C., who put together yesterday this baseball mogul bingo. I altered it just enough to claim it as our own. As you can see, I put the Brainiac baseball logo here and our baseball brain logo in the middle. But Freddie created this yesterday, and I thought it was so great. I mean, this is something we definitely needed to have sooner or later. And you can have your very own bingo card. I suppose you can download this. I'm going to make it available on the Baseball Mogul, on the Brainiac Baseball YouTube page where we have our posts. And you should be able to download it if you want your own to check and see if you've got bingo for that day's ball game. We've got the moguling is on, which, I mean, is something I pretty much say almost every game. A revenge inning, which is when you get a 2 or 3 run inning in the top half, and then in the bottom half, they come back and they score 2 or 3 of their own. A walk before the pitcher comes up. We've seen this a lot lately where the number 8 hitter, even if there's 2 outs and nobody on, the number 8 hitter somehow gets on base, usually by a walk, and then it forces you to make a decision with your pitcher. Do you want him to bat, or do you want to keep him, take him out of the game for a pinch hitter? And so that scenario happens quite a bit. There's no rhyme or reason to the ratings. I think that's probably the complete thought there, from me at least, is there's no rhyme or reason for the ratings. A pass ball to score a run, that is maybe the one thing that just crushes my soul when we play these games. Infield single, okay, that happens occasionally. It just always happens when you would hate it to happen the most. A hit by pitch, that's okay. That happens. Lefty on lefty violence. That's when a left-handed pitcher is on the mound and you think he's going to get his own opponent who's batting left-handed out. It happens so often. That's the whole point. And then a left-hander will get a base hit or worse. So I refer to that as lefty on lefty violence. The pitcher doubles, right. The pitchers very seldom ever get singles when they're at the plate. They always seem to get a double against us. And that is really frustrating. Just pushing buttons, that's when there's no longer anything you can do to control the game, and you just keep hitting the button to move on. That happens a lot. Let's take a look at his log. That is self-explanatory. I say that every day, twice at least. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. That is when we get the victory. The sloppy steaks is a reference to I Think You Should Leave from Netflix. Just an absolutely hilarious show. If you haven't seen it yet, just YouTube sloppy steaks and watch that skit. It is hilarious. A balk, an error, I mean, wild pitch. Yes, these are all the things that happen for whatever reason, seemingly every game. A walk preceded by an error That's right. It'll be an error that where the ball gets thrown away. So he's on second, and then what do? We walk the next guy to get first and second. Ground ball back to the pitcher happens 6 or 7 times a game, as if the pitcher's always ready on defense. Walking in a run. Ugh. I mean, that does happen in real life, and I feel like the frequency level is the problem, in this game. A shutout. We've had what do we had? 15 and plus 9. So we've had 24 shutouts between us and our opponents this year. A garbage run. That's the 9th inning where they tease you a little bit in order to make you think you're going to come back, but you never do. A walk-off walk. Oh, man, that's brutal. Strategy doesn't matter. I almost feel like you can put the strategy doesn't matter with there's no rhyme or reason for the ratings. I feel like those are two components that no matter what you do, it doesn't really affect the game. But yeah, actual baseball strategy is not ever really incorporated into the game. 5 hits in a row, that's when it's just pretty much game over. And a walk preceded by a double play, which is sometimes nice when it's your pitcher on the mound. When you start off the inning with a walk and then it's erased by a double play, it's incredibly frustrating. So great job by Freddie Cardona. He's got his name down there on the bottom. I appreciate that. I hope he doesn't mind me just giving it a quick update. I couldn't match the colors. I'd be more than willing to send you the logos, Freddie, if you want to update it. That would be great. But a fantastic job by Freddie. I really appreciate that. And a lot of fun. And we'll have that on the Brainiac Baseball main page under posts. And you can download it yourself and get yourself a copy if you like. Okay, let's get on with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel as the game is going through its own saving process, which I don't have a problem with. I know it's annoying. It takes a moment here to get through it, but at least I know the game is being saved before we have any damages. Hey, have we had any games this year lost to editing? Or I don't think we have. Like, that happens all the time with in the Detroit Tigers season. But things have been going pretty well for our pilots. I guess the one thing about the bingo here, as I'm trying to pull it back up, there it is, real quick. Now, if we were playing the Tigers season, the one thing we would have to have on here is you son of a bitch, right? For when Frank Tanana would come up. That would be an almost guaranteed bingo if you could get that one. Okay, so Bob Meyer, the Angels are batting .313 against him. Our bullpen is completely available, well, with the exception of Dick Bainey, who pitched 2 good innings yesterday. And he got the win, in fact, in that ball game. So good job by Dick. And then we have our lineup versus Andy Messersmith. We're going to sit down. This is not in our favor, but we're going to sit down Tommy Agee and Lou Piniella. Really two of our, well, Lou Pinella's been one of our better hitters, and Agee just had his 19th home run yesterday. But I think we need to try to go with some more left-handers in this lineup. And that's what we're going to do today. Also, Kessinger is out of the game, as Van Kelly will play third as a left-handed bat. Okay, let's go ahead and do our official lineup rundown for today's ballgame. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Gary Sutherland. Batting second in left field is Mike HEGAN. Batting third in right field is Joe Pepitone. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Deron Johnson. Batting fifth in center field is Don Bosch. Batting sixth and catching is Jerry McNERTNEY. Batting seventh at third base is Van Kelly. Batting eighth at shortstop is Freddie PATEK. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Bob Meyer. Okay, Andy Messersmith. This guy is, I feel like he's done really well against us. Making his 29th start. He's only 11-7 with that .254 ERA. 184 strikeouts and 219 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has 8 complete games and 2 shutouts. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour, but it's his curveball that's his best pitch. It's rated at 95, a changeup at 88, a fastball at 80, and the slider is just below league average. So he's got 4 pitches, 3 of them over league average. Overall rated at 95, the 24-year-old righty goes to arbitration next year. He's going to be asking for some big money. Look at his log. All right. Yeah, he had a complete game shutout versus us 2 starts ago on August 7th. On July 25th, he also got the win. On July 15th, he went 10 innings right after the All-Star game. His first start after getting pummeled in the All-Star game, taking the loss. He also has a no decision on June 16th. So, yeah, he's faced us a bunch of times already this season. Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels. Oh, man. Who is at second base? Oh, Winston LLENAS. He had a big home run yesterday. He's going to move over from third to second. And, of course, BLACKABY out there in left is not so good. And HICKS out in right, below league average. So their defense is not so great. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. They had 4 errors yesterday. Here's Gary Sutherland leading off. Whoa! He crushes it to dead center field, all over the head of the center fielder, SILVERIO, for a double. Nicely done. That's his 16th double on the year. A guy with an overall 69 rating has an 820 OPS, an on-base percentage of 380. That's amazing. So good job by Sutherland. We got a runner on second. Let's see if HEGAN can pull it to the right side, maybe get Sutherland over. 2-2 count to HEGAN. He does. Is it going to get through? No, it is intercepted basically by LLENAS there. And they make the play at first. So Sutherland is on third with 1 out. Sutherland does not have great speed, but I think we can request a sac fly from PEPITONE. He does have 2 home runs in his career versus Messersmith. Here we go. Infield's in. 0-1 count. Oh, damn it. He's going to be out the plate. Oh, he doesn't go. There we go. Good job. Well, we'll take that and see if Deron Johnson here can come through. That's a positive. Here we go. DJ batting .269. Hard hit, ground ball to first, and we're going to strand that runner. We cannot score with the leadoff double. Go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Angels lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Tom Silverio. Batting second at shortstop is Marty PEREZ. Batting third at second base is Winston LLENAS. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Doug Howard. Batting fifth in right field is Jim Hicks. Batting sixth and catching is Buck RODGERS. Batting seventh in left field is Ethan BLACKABY. Batting eighth at third base is Bill BETHEA. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Andy Messersmith. Okay, let's take a look at Bob Meyer. Bob Meyer, he's got triple digits in strikeouts, making his 26th start. He's 4-9 with a 4.23 ERA, 100 strikeouts in 123 and a third innings pitched. Opponents are batting .268 against him. The fastball tops out at 97 miles an hour, and he's only got the one good pitch. That's the fastball, rated at 95. Overall an 81. The 30-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible next year. Looking at the log, as one might. July 15th, he faced California. He went 5, no surprise, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and a no decision. Pitched okay. June 14th, a no decision, 4 2/3, giving up 7 hits and 2 runs. And that's all we have on record here. Okay. Let's take a look at our defense. And the same struggles at first and second and behind the plate. Although, I mean, Sutherland and McNERTNEY both have been pretty solid. Okay. Tom Silverio leading off against Bob Meyer. Could we have some lefty on lefty violence? Striking him out. We'll take it. 3 fastballs in a row, topping out at 98. So Meyer's coming out throwing the heat. Next up is Marty PEREZ. PEREZ hits a ground ball to Sutherland for out number 2. And Winston LLENAS, he's batting .411 and he hit his 3rd home run yesterday. Full count. And he strikes out. Nicely done by Bob Meyer, striking out 2 of the first 3 batters. We go to the top of the 2nd with no score. And Don BOSCH leading off, followed by McNERTNEY and Van Kelly. BOSCH strikes out. First victim for Messersmith. 1 down. Jerry McNERTNEY up. McNERTNEY, 241 hitter. 9 home runs. Ropes it to center. And it will be caught by Silverio. 2 quick outs here in the 2nd inning. And Van Kelly grounds out to first. Excuse me, we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. There's no score. I feel like we really blew that opportunity in the first. If we can't get that run in right away, I often feel like we just don't have a chance. But we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. There's no score with Doug Howard leading off. Got a couple righties coming up. Whoa, Meyer striking out his 3rd batter. 3 or 4 batters. He has sent him back to the bench. 1 down. Here's Jim Hicks. Hicks hits a line drive right at Sutherland for out number 2. And then the catcher, Buck Rogers, up. Whoa, he's got a 90 arm. He is somebody you don't want to steal against. 50% caught stealing this year. He played 1 inning at 3rd base. Youch. Okay. Here we go. 2 down. Here's Buck Rogers, switch hitter, batting righty. Goes to right. Ooh, almost drops in near the wall as our right fielder, PEPITONE, making the catch. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Now take a look at this, folks. Look at little Freddie PATEK's log here. He's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 game hitting streak. And I went back, I think it's 25 games. And I believe he's had hits in 19 out of 20 games. He's batting .385 in his last 30 games started. So he is crushing it right now. This is probably the hottest streak of any batter all year long. 2-2 count. And he strikes out after we give him all those accolades. 2nd strikeout for Messersmith. Here's our pitcher, Bob Meyer. Batting .061. He strikes out. And Gary Sutherland started the game off with a double. And he pops it up onto the lip of the grass at short for out number 3. Moving on to the bottom of the 3rd, Ethan BLACKABY leading off. The GM, we call him, lefty on lefty violence, base hit to left. The guy's batting .216. He's got good speed. Did he just get his first stolen base? Yeah, he's got 1 stolen base on the year. That was in yesterday's game. Let's see if he's going here with Bill BETHEA up. 0-2 count, and he strikes out BETHEA. 4 Ks for Meyer. He's looking good. Looking real good. I have to imagine he's going to try to bunt here. We're going to bring the corners in. Will BLACKABY be going? Nope. We're going to lay down a bunt in front of home plate. And the sacrifice is successful. Good job by Messersmith. So a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and we are facing a left-hander here, so you would think advantage Bob Meyer. 1-1 count, and it's a pop-up on the infield. Sutherland calling for it. Out number 3. I just can't call them anymore as if they were outs. It feels like a 50-50 shot that the ball could be dropped. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Here's Mike HEGAN leading off against Messersmith. Striking out. Wow, both these pitchers are just firing bullets today. 4 Ks for Messersmith. Hard hit, ground ball to first. The best fielder for the Angels is the first baseman, Howard. 2 quick outs for Deron Johnson. Fly ball to center. Okay, we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Now, this is where Bob Meyer tends to fall apart. He's pitching so well right now. Let's see how he does against these next 3 righties who hit lefties pretty well. 0-1 count to PEREZ. He gets sawed off. Jammed inside. And PATEK making the catch. 1 down. Winston LLENAS. Ground ball up the middle and another fine play from PATEK. 2 outs. Here is Doug Howard. First pitch swinging. Ground ball. Yeah, all 3 are just short. That is something that could very easily be on the Baseball Mogul. 1 fielder making all 3 plays in the field. That happens a lot in this game. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Don Bosch leading off. Only 1 hit apiece. I feel bad for Meyer. It's very seldom that he pitches well, but when he does, it's usually against the other team's ace. And he comes up on the short end. That's why he's got a 4.23 ERA and only 4 wins. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. And Van Kelly, a tapper, back to Messersmith. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. No score. Jim Hicks leading off. He's 1 for 3 in his career against Bob Meyer with 2 walks. Oh, did he get all of it? No, it's going to loop in, and it will be caught by HEGAN and left. The way it started out on that trajectory, it looked like one of those home runs into the gap. So 1 down. Here is Buck Rogers. Spot start catcher today. Comebacker to Meyer. Out number 2. And Ethan Blackaby, he's got the only hit for the Angels today. He's a 143 hitter now versus left-handers. And he sends it to center. We're moving on to the 6th inning. No score. 1 hit apiece. Freddie PATEK up. Looking to keep that hitting streak alive. Full count, and he walks. First, what? Oh, look where that pitch was. Right there. That looked like ball 4. I mean, when it finished through the zone, it was like down by his feet. That's crap. But that's fine. And Meyer strikes out. 6 Ks from Messersmith. Will he strike out the side? Tough guy. He's only struck out 11 times all year. Gary Sutherland grounds out to 3rd. Moving on to the 6th. Meyer's only at 40 pitches. Look, I think we got to let him go another inning here. Keep him on a tight leash, as I say. Bill BETHEA leading off, 221 hitter versus lefties. And there's the 2nd hit for the Angels. Leadoff man is on here in the bottom of the 6th. Andy Messersmith is up. We are going to pull the corners in. He does have a sac bunt already today. Full count. A good bunt to first. BETHEA safe at 2nd. Okay, so this is where they're going to get the run. 1 down. I don't see how SILVERIO does not get on base. Yeah. And that was always going to happen. That's a saying that should be on the list. That was always going to happen. There was nothing we were going to be able to do about it. First and second. First real rally of the game here. Marty, PEREZ. I wish I could bring the outfield in, but I cannot anymore. We're not going to guard the lines. We will bring third base in. He could bunt. He's a good bunter. Let's see. 1-2 count to PEREZ. And a hard hit ball to third. Let's get two. Oh, no! Yep. So there's nothing. That's it right there. That's all we can do for today. Kelly making the error at third base, and the bases are loaded, and now there's nothing we can do. We'll pull the infield in. LLENAS hit a home run yesterday, like I said. 1-0 count. Ground ball to second. Oh, a double play! Like, why would the game do that? There's no reason for him to have an error at third base if they're not going to score a run. We'll take the double play. And we move on to the 7th inning. Good job by Meyer working out of the jam. He should be good at it. He's had a lot of them. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Here's Mike HEGAN leading off. Striking out. 7 Ks now for Messersmith. So much for having the lefties in there today. They're doing nothing. Oh, did PEPITONE do something? Get out! No! 396 feet to center field. That's unfortunate. Here's Deron Johnson. Yeah, we're not going to get another hit today. We had our only hit to lead off the ball game. It was that double, and nothing has happened since then. That was our only shot to win the game. We're going to send Bob Meyer back out there. Look, he's pitched 6 innings. I don't think he's pitched. How many games, at least, can we see that he's gone more than 6? More than 6. 6 2/3 back on May 28th, and he went 8. That's got to be the season high versus Cleveland. I mean, we need to win this game, but we're not going to do anything until Messersmith is gone. And we know that he can go 10 innings if he has to. So, keeping a tight leash here on Meyer as Howard flies to left. Line drive. Right in the vicinity of HEGAN. 1 down. Jim Hicks up next. And a base hit to left. All right, they're starting to come around on Meyer now. He's given up 3 hits and a walk, and there's been an error. Here's Buck RODGERS. 1-2 count to RODGERS. Hard hit ground ball to short. That should be a double play. It is. 6-4-3 double play. We're going to the 8th. 4 total hits today. Don Bosch leading off. Striking out. 8 Ks for Messersmith. He's going to hit double digits the way things are going. Routine ground ball to third from McNERTNEY and Van Kelly. A comebacker. Unbelievable. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the bottom third of the lineup. I think we're going to give him another shot. Meyer does come up next inning, so that would be the time to pinch hit. Here we go. 2-2 count to BLACKABY. Strikes him out. That is the first strikeout since the 4th inning for Bob Meyer. 1 out. Here is Bill BETHEA. Ground ball to second. Sutherland. Throwing him out, and they're going to pinch hit for Messersmith, who's got a 1-hit shutout. And what do? They're going to bring in a left-handed batter. That makes no sense. It is Bill Voss. It does say he's batting .500 versus lefties, but I don't think we're going to count that too much. There's Bill Voss. Good defensive outfielder. Okay. Here we go. Lefty on lefty. Flips it out to left field. HEGAN making the catch. We are going to the 9th inning as Tom Murphy comes into the ball game. We saw him yesterday. This is his 21st appearance, 1-3, 3.86 ERA. 14 strikeouts in 23 and a third innings pitched. Opponents are batting .250, 6 saves, 2 blueies. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour, but it's his curveball that's his out pitch. Rated in 87, overall at 83. The 23-year-old righty is arbitration eligible in 1971. You're looking at his log. He gave up a run yesterday on 3 hits and a walk. And he gave up 2 runs against us on the 5th. So we've had some success. Okay, here we go. Freddie PATEK. He's got his hit streak on the line here as we're inching closer to free baseball. 1-0 count and a base hit up the middle. Make it 12 games for PATEK. No, we're not going to try to stretch that into a double. But PATEK getting on base gives us a reason to take out Bob Meyer. And it's going to be Lou Piniella coming in. He can hit and run. He wasn't tired. We just gave him a day off voluntarily. So we're going to bring him in. He is the best man for this job. What is the stolen base percentage? It's still 70% against RODGERS and his 90 arm. I think we'll just hit and run here. See if that gets it done for us. Here we go. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to first. PATEK will advance. So the go-ahead run is at second base for Gary Sutherland. Sutherland struggles versus right-handers. He does have a hit today. 0 for 1 in his career versus Murph. And a base hit to right. It's 1-0 Seattle. Do we want to go for 2? We do not. Nicely done. We've taken the lead here. We just have to hang in there for Messersmith to get evicted from the game. All right, runner on first. Here's Mike HEGAN. 2-2 count. He struck out twice today. That is the 3rd time, right? 3 strikeouts for HEGAN. I guess his season might be about done then. His log. He's batting .241 over the last 30 games. That's not including today where he struck out 3 times. He does walk a lot, though. All right. Runner on first. Here's Joe PEPITONE. He's 0 for 3, like everybody else. All right. Get some good wood on it. Flies out to right. That'll do it. Okay. Yes, we're going to use Piniella on defense. Piniella will go to left. HEGAN will go to first. And then Kelly, who's already made an error, will go to second. And we're going to bring in Don Kessinger to play third. Okay. That's the best defense we have to offer. And we'll bring in our closer. It's Mike Marshall. He got the save yesterday. He's going to face the top of the lineup here. This is his 49th appearance. He's 6-1, a 1.75 ERA, 44 strikeouts in 56 and 2/3 innings pitched, 23 saves, 4 blueies. Fastball tops out at 88 miles an hour. That is really his only good pitch. Is the fastball rated 87. Actually, screwball's league average. Overall, an 84. The 26-year-old righty is arbitration eligible next year. Okay. Tom Silverio leading off. He's a lefty, batting .291 versus right-handers. Ground ball to first, right to HEGAN. HEGAN makes the play. Could we have our 14th shutout of the season? Here's Marty PEREZ. Will there be a Marty party? No! Takes strike 3, looking right down the middle. And it's Time for the double L. Can we hang a third L on him right now? Winston, LLENAS, 1-2 count. A comebacker to Marshall. The only time I'm happy to see it, we win. 1-0. Our 14th shutout of the season. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. Wow, how many bingos was there? I did not say mogling or revenge inning. A walk before the pitcher comes up. No, that did not happen. We did have a hit, though. There's no rhyme or reason. I don't think I said that. Pass ball, nope. Infield single, nope. A hit batter, nope. Lefty on lefty violence, yes. The pitcher did not double. I never was pushing buttons. There was an error. No balk. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks, yes. Let's look at his log. That's a guaranteed every game. That should be like the center square. Wild pitch, no. A walk preceded by an error. An error, then a walk? I don't think so. A grounder back to the pitcher, yes. Walking in a run, no. Shutout, yes. Walk preceded by double play. There were a couple double plays. I don't think it went down like that. There was like 6 hits total in the game. Strategy doesn't matter. No, I used some strategy with the hit and run. Walk off walk, no. Garbage runs, no. Arguably, the one run was not a garbage run. Okay, so there you go. A lot happened in that game, even though it was only 1-0. Look at the standings. We've won back-to-back games. Oh, there's the National League. Wow. 8 in a row for San Diego. St. Louis has won 6 in a row to take over first. That's going to be an interesting run to the finish. We did gain a game today. Good job. We're 7.5 back as Oakland loses. Minnesota's lost 2 in a row. Wow, Chicago's won 4 in a row as they've kind of revamped their offense. And the Yankees are 1.5 games back. And don't forget about Cleveland. They've got a lot of power. Okay. Headline news, Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. There's LLENAS from yesterday. Stottlemyre excels, allows just 2 hits. Yep. Bob Bailey had 3 hits and 4 bats. Oh, nothing else of note. Maybe our game was just too late in the day. Transactions. And nothing since Phil Regan yesterday. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Check out the Baseball Mogul the Baseball Brainiac Baseball YouTube page where you can find the bingo card there if you like. You can play at home. Shoot. I guess Gary Sutherland is the player of the game. He drove in the only run. He had 2 of the 3 hits, and he had a double. You can't deny him on that. Bob Meyer hung around for 8 innings to get the win. He only walked 1, gave up 3 hits. He's got his ERA under 4. That's the Bob Meyer I thought we were getting when we started him out of spring training. Mike Marshall gets his 24th save. Good job by him. Andy Messersmith. I mean, what more can a guy do? He gives up 1 hit and 8 strikeouts in 8 innings, and you have to tag Tom Murphy with a loss. He's 1-4. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 4-game series against the Angels. Until then, everyone, have a great day.